Boys, what is up? It is your boy D, and this is DeezCards. Today, I'm super excited because it's the first episode of the Sealed Only Challenge my friend Kyle and I are starting, called Sealed Only Sparring. Now, you might be asking yourself, why the heck am I going to watch another Sealed Only Challenge? This YouTuber and that YouTuber, all these YouTubers are doing Sealed Only Challenges. Well, I'll tell you that in a second, but before we get into that, just know that if you are here, you're one of D's boys. This channel is all about content for the boys, regardless of gender, so I just want to thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit that sub button and that notification bell. Once I give you the lowdown on how spicy this is and how you're not going to want to miss it, you won't. Now anyway, who doesn't love a classic Naruto versus Sasuke, Goku versus Vegeta, friends battling it out, training themselves and each other? Except in this case, we're just two skinny dudes that skate sometimes that got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! A year ago. But you get the point. That's exactly what we're going to be doing here today. My friend Kyle, who is the person that got me back into Yu-Gi-Oh! 1 year ago in February of last year, and I are going to be doing a sealed only challenge with a budget of about $30 a week, give or take. The goal being, we're going to be working up to playing in our first local tournament. Basically, we're going to be meeting to duel once a week, and then eventually when we're feeling ready and we reviewed the OTS store rules, we're going to head over to a locals. We started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again at the beginning of quarantine, and neither of us have actually ever competed in an OTS store locals. And from there, who knows? But you got to start somewhere, and neither of us have ever played in a locals before, so that is the name of the game. Now, him and myself have a little wager going on this beautiful hand-painted Blue Eyes Toon Dragon skateboard that I found on eBay. And whoever gets the better record at locals is going to be the person that takes that home. Now, if you've been to the store lately, you know that they've been sniping the shelves left and right looking for them Pokemans and them Yugiohs because Gary Vee talked about it. So this is the best I could do. I found 3 copies of Machina Madness Structure Deck. This is going to be where I'm starting. I'm thinking I could either go into ABC, Cyber Dragon, or maybe I'll just scrap it and do something completely different. We'll see how it goes. But I'm super excited to crack this puppy open. Nothing like cracking packs. And again, thanks for coming by, boys. Let's get this pack opening going, and then we will cut to the duel with Kyle and myself once he shows you what he's working with. Alright, boys, here it is, the start to it all. We're going to open up this box of Machina Madness. This is going to be the start of the deck that we build. Like I said, there's a couple different directions you could take it. Maybe we'll build ABC, maybe we'll build Cyber Dragon. Maybe the products we open along the way will help us build something a little more meta-relevant. But for now, this is where we start, all with this boy, Machina Citadel. He's a big one with a pretty big effect, so I think that we'll be off to a pretty good start in the early stages of this game. Oof. There's that seal. That sealed only seal. I mean, that's the whole point of this, right? Just feels so good. Got that paper mat. Tells you how to play. Boy Citadel looking swole. He's got a Raigeki on legs. Such a good effect. Blow up any machine to blow up your opponent's board. Machina Possess Storage. It has a Monster Reborn effect. Unfortunately, it's dark. Machina Aerator. Special summon from deck on your opponent's turn. Machina Redeployment. The Searcher card that makes everything possible. Discard 1, search 2. Very good card. Any deck that has a Searcher like this has potential. Then we have Unauthorized Reactivation. Not a very good card for the deck because the Union monsters it comes with suck. But if we decide to go ABC or Cyber Dragon route, this card will probably make its way back into the deck at some point. We got a Radiator, special summon from the graveyard on your turn. Machina Fortress has some good disruptions on an easy to recur body that's not once per turn. Gear Frame, the Stratos of the deck. Peacekeeper, Force, Megaform. Play it as a one of. You get some recursion and it has some synergy with Machina's Fortress when it's destroyed. And you contribute it once it's on the board to bring out a Citadel, which is really what you're going to play a lot of. Machina Cannon, Soldier, Sniper, Defender, the OGs, Commander Covington. Don't really do much. Kaiju, though, that's a spicy card that they included in the deck for you to get over some stuff that's hard to deal with. You got your Train in there, Gen X Ally Birdman, Scrap Recycler, another good normal summon for the deck. You got Torque Toon Gear, Righty and Lefty Driver. I know combos exist with that, and Despot 001's got some degenerate stuff. Oh, there's some shit on that one. Some rat poop. Despot 003, Machina Defense Perimeter, Machina Armored Unit. Iron Call, Pot of Greed for the deck, Iron Draw. We got a Magnet, Reverse, only works to special summon the cards that are banished. Limiter removal to cheese the OTK wins. Ties of the Brethren. Pot of Avarice, win more card unfortunately. Cosmic Cyclone, good staple. Supply Squad, maybe a little too slow. Machina Overdrive, pretty solid trap card because you can bring out Citadel with it. Cyber Summon Blaster, back to the front's another way to revive your cards, but I think that they kind of do that pretty well on their own. Trap Trick, not very good right now because there's not any normal trap cards you really want, but eventually might play it. Begone Knave, Floodgate card-ish. Then it comes with Solemn Strike, which is probably one of the more powerful interruptions that a structured deck could give you with. So that's all the cards. Then we'll cut over to the deck profile right quick. Oh, now we're at the part you boys have been waiting for. We got that OG classic deck box. This deck box is almost as old as I am. This is also probably like showing up with a paper mat, but I don't care. This is the classic deck box. And I got my Machina cards in it. This is what we're going to be taking to take Kyle down in the first episode of Sealed Only Sparring. Again, I have a more detailed combo deck profile on my channel already, so go check that out if you are interested. Alright, starting it off with 3 of the biggest boy, Machina Citadel. Then I have 3 Machina Fortress, again, really easy to get them out, has a disruption on your opponent's turn. Then we have a Machina Air Raider at 3 copies. Because that one is also really easy to special summon, and you can special summon from the deck on your opponent's turn. Then we got another 3 copies of Irradiator. Cards that just can't be bricks because you can discard one to summon it. It's level 8, but it gets out there on its own every time. The only problem is when you don't see the Machina cards. They're really not bricks. Then for normal summon, I got 3 Machina Gear Frame. Lets you search any Machina monster. Yeah, it's a Union monster, so you can attach it to your Citadel, pass turn, use Citadel's effect targeting himself, and then it doesn't blow up because of the Union card's effect, so that's pretty solid. Nice little bonus on the cake. Then we have 3 copies of Scrap Recycler. Deck could use an extra normal summon. Get something to the graveyard like your Fortress or your Citadel or your Megaform. Possess Storage, a revival effect. But it's dark, so it doesn't bring back your Citadel when it's destroyed. The 1 of Megaform, again, you contribute it on the field to bring out any Machina monster from your deck, and when it's in the graveyard and your Fortress goes to the graveyard, you can banish the Fortress to summon that guy right to the field. 3 Kaijus, one of the best interruptions that comes with this deck. Get over any of my opponent's big boys. I don't know what Kyle's playing yet, we'll see. Redeployment, discard 1, search any 2 cards from the deck, basically. 3 Cyclone, not sure what he's playing with, but that deals with a lot of decks, especially, you know, any back row that he might be playing or field spell or whatever. Get it out of there, banish it. Iron Draw, who doesn't like Pot of Greed. Limiter removal to make our boys big. Solemn Strike to deal with the unknown, it's just a generic form of interruption. And 2 Machina Overdrive to wrap it up, get our boys out of the deck. The side deck probably won't matter too much in the first episode. We're probably not even going to use it, but I have 2 copies of Possess Storage in there in case it seems like that's going to be really good. Machina Defense Perimeter, 2 copies of that. Got Iron Call in there, 2 copies of that. Pot of Avarice if the drawing card seems like something we need. The Supply Squad. Another copy of Machina Overdrive. Begone Knave, 2 copies of that. And we got 2 back to the front. There's some tokens and some field centers that I'll be bringing with me to choose from. Let's flip on over to Kyle, see how he's doing, and then we're going to be getting to dueling.
Alright, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. My name is Kyle. Wait a second. This isn't my channel. How are you guys doing? My name is Kyle Anderson. How are you guys doing? My name is Kyle Anderson. I'm one of Derek's friends. Super happy to be joining Derek on Sealed Only Sparring. This challenge is going to be super fun. I'm starting off this with the Rocky Revolt structure deck, and I plan on turning this into a Dragon Link deck. Admittedly, I'm not too great with combos, so learning the combos and doing all that is going to be one of my main goals, get that locked in my memory. I think it's going to be a ton of fun going to locals. I've always wanted to go. The last time I played in a locals environment was back in 2003 when the game first came out, and I want to say I was in 3rd grade at the time, something like that. It was mainly at that point just opening packs, just being hyped on the cardboard. So yeah, nothing's really changed. I still get hyped on opening packs, which that's really the one thing that I enjoy the most out of this so far. So I became friends with Derek at the skate park, and if you're into skateboarding at all, you can check out my channel. I'll be sure to have Derek link me below. But anyways, we were skating, and I had just asked him if he was into Yu-Gi-Oh, and he said yes. We just started buying product. We had no real goal on where we were going with this, but then quarantine happened, lockdown, so we started playing on dueling books. That was a ton of fun, but I think playing with the physical cards is what I enjoy the most, so That's why I'm really looking forward to doing this. Even though the pandemic is still happening, we're being safe about it. We're not really going into locals just yet, so that's why we're sparring to try and get ready for it whenever it does finally open back up. So like I mentioned, I'm starting with the Rocket Revolt structure deck, so I'm gonna open that up and then go over my episode 1 deck list. All right, so I'm gonna open up the Rocket Revolt structure deck. So in the box you get the beginner's guide and a playmat, but we're not going to use the paper playmats, so just toss all that out of the way. The deck, it's what we're here for. My hands are super dry and I always struggle getting these apart, so give me 1 second. It is quite the struggle. Alright, so just going to get rid of advertisements. We have Topologic Zerboros, Warlord Furious Dragon, Quad Whirl Dragon, Silver Rocket, Rocket Tracer, Router, Zero Day Blaster, Rocket Recharger, Exploder Rocket, Checksum Dragon, I'm not even going to pronounce that, Auto Rocket, Magna Rocket, Shell Rocket, Metal Rocket, Rocket Synchron, Gateway Dragon, Defrag Dragon, Background Dragon, a bunch of cards that we actually don't ever use in any of these profiles. So I'm just going to go through those quick. Keeper of the Shrine, World Charlotte's Guard Dragon, some more, Portal Supplier, Rapid Trigger, Squib Draw, Quick Launch, Boot Sector Launch, Bro Regenerator, Dragon Shrine, which is a super good card, Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords, Return of the Dragon Lords, that's the card I thought it was, Poly, Twin Twisters, some cards more we don't use, Red Reboot, Link Turret, Mirror Force Launcher, Mirror Force, Magic Cylinders, Imperial Order, Borlo Dragon, Triple Burst, and Booster Dragon. Alright, so for the episode 1 deck profile, we have 3 copies of Router Dragon, 3 copies of Rocket Tracer, 3 Silver Rockets, 3 Magna Rocket, 3 Shell Rocket, 2 Rocket Synchron, 2 Rocket Recharger, 2 Metal Rocket, 2 Auto Rocket, 2 Gateway, a Keeper of the Shrine, 3 of the Field Spell, so 3 Boot Sector Launch, 3 Quick Launch, 2 Dragon Shrines, 2 Return of the Dragon Lord, single Poly, single Twin Twister, single Squib Draw, and a single Mirror Force. So that's the main deck. Now let's go over the extra deck, which is where all the fun is. We have 2 Borlord Furious, just in case we get that 1 copy of Poly, 3 copies of Borlo Dragon, a single Topologic Zerboros, 3 copies of Quad Whirl Dragon, 3 Booster Dragon, and 3 Triple Burst. Admittedly, I didn't really go over too much of a game plan on what I wanted to do going into this duel. I kind of just hoped that whatever I draw kind of plays off of each other and I can link into some stuff. Ideally link into the big boys, so Warlord, and if I need to, Topologic. Hopefully trying to come up with stuff on the fly doesn't bite me in the butt, but we'll see. Catch you guys at the duel.
Boys, what is up? We made it to Kyle's house. We're going to be playing our first duel in real life with OTS tournament store rules. Never done that before. We've been playing on Dueling Book this whole time. Kyle, how are you feeling about your deck?
To be honest, not very confident, but it is episode 1, so we'll see how it goes, hopefully progress. Would like to get a little bit better at the game, and that's why we're doing this together.
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, I had full expectation that you were going to say that, but yeah, that is exactly why we are sparring together, going to meet up every week and get better at this game. Figured it's about time that we got competitive with it and took it super seriously, like the most serious. Yeah, once we start opening some packs, it's going to get pretty crazy, but for now we're taking our $30 structure deck profiles and putting them head to head. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you brought today. Looking forward to training and taking Yu-Gi-Oh to the next level with you. So if you would take my hand as my sparring partner, and let's get it going. Okay, so Kyle and I both roll an 8, leaving us at a tie, and we do a re-roll.
And roll again. Roll a 10.
And I only get a 5.
So I take going first.
Now we're both drawing up, getting ready to go into our first duel. Both feeling pretty sweaty at this point.
First time playing with that timer. I start with that T-pass.
Classic T-pass in a combo deck. No combos today.
No combos.
And then I draw a nice purple Solemn Strike. Off the dome, getting Machina Citadel into the graveyard to set it up. It's twiddling my thumbs a little bit there on which one to summon, but we go for a Radiator. Oh, we got 2 Machina Citadels in the graveyard now. We got Air Raider and a Radiator ready to go. And I'm getting a Pot of Greed to draw 2. Pick up Scrap Recycler and Machina Fortress off the 2. Trigger Scrap Recycler's effect off the normal summon. Do a little bit of searching, and then I decide to pitch the Megaform to grave. Tell Kyle that it's a 1-of, and he roasts me for it. And then I'm going to go battle phase. Then we go into battle phase and swing in with a Radiator, see what he's got set, and I take some damage for not being able to get over his Shell Rocket. Pass and turn on the board that I got. I don't know why I didn't set the Solemn Strike. Then on his draw phase, I go and activate Machina Air Raider and target a Radiator. Then I get to get a special summon out of the deck. And we go for Machina Fortress, which is going to blow up and destroy Machina Irradiator and send it to the graveyard. And then because an Earth Machine monster was destroyed by card effect, I'm going to be able to special summon Machina Citadel. We let Kyle keep playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
So I picked Rockets because I thought I knew what was going on, and clearly I do not. I'm over here twiddling my thumbs, T-passing on turn 1. I activate the field spell, Boot Sector Launch, and I special summon 1 from my hand in defense. And off of that I link 2 into Quad Whirl. So I activate Quad Whirl, discard a card to target Citadel.
Then I go ahead and chain Machina Citadel's effect and target Machina Fortress, which is going to destroy all monsters on his side of the field with 2500 or less attack. Because an Earth Machine was destroyed, that would be the Machina Fortress, we're going to special the other Citadel engrave, and then because a Machina Fortress was sent to the graveyard, I'm going to banish it and get the special summon of Machina Megaform. Just trying to get some big boys on the field on my opponent's turn and make him sweat a little.
That's a lot of damage. Derek's definitely making me sweat.
And I pass.
Then I pass on that.
And we're not holding back. We're discarding the Citadel to get another Fortress on the board. We don't know if Kyle's playing any trap cards or not, but we got a pretty fully loaded board. And we're going into battle phase and attempting to swing in. Oh, and he's just eating it up. He types in -8k. And we shake on it, like good sparring partners would.
Game 1, man, that was rough.
Yeah. How'd you feel at the end of that? Do you remember?
Felt pain.
We starting off Sealed Only Sparring with an OTK. And that's why we're doing this. We're trying to get better. Shuffling up now and getting ready to go into game 2. Kyle's going to have decision of who goes first or second.
So, game 2, I decided to go first.
Neither of us decided to side deck. We just kind of shuffled it up and get into it. We pretty much use all the good cards that were in the structure decks, so siding didn't seem to be the best option at this point.
I don't even think I made a side deck at this point. So I activate Quick Launch to special summon a card from the deck, and I special summon Magna Rocket, and here I am shuffling my deck, something that I forget to do quite often.
Oh, you even let me cut it. You are supposed to offer your opponent to shuffle and or cut your deck whenever you search in a tournament.
Since I have a Rocket on the field, I'm going to special summon Router in defense.
You're always using your knuckles to figure out your plays.
Normal summon Rocket Tracer. Tap my fingers around.
Dude, you're going like a TI-83 on that play graphing calculator.
Use Rocket Tracer's effect to target Router for a special summon.
That's a pretty basic play, like a commonly used play in Dragon Link, right?
Yeah, I think so. Pop the Router to get a special summon and a search. So I special summon a Shell Rocket and activate Router Engrave to search.
Oh man, he's just keeping that deck in his hand all day.
And add Synchron to hand. Yeah, I was doing good at remembering Shuffle's first game.
Just like the beginning of any relationship, start off strong.
Oof. And I pass on this.
You got 3 rockets on the board. Might have been able to go into some Link plays. Go.
So in the end phase, Magna Rocket pops because of Quick Launch, and his effect goes off to float another rocket out of the deck, so I choose Silver Rocket to give me a higher attack.
I'm surprised you actually kept track of the fact that Quick Launch was going to do that at the end of the turn. I probably would have forgotten.
I actually think you pointed it out to me.
Alright, so now that it's my turn, I'm summoning Machina Gear Frame all the way in the corner column, because I don't want to read Kyle's cards, and I know some of them blow stuff up depending on column placement. So I'm getting that search off of Gear Frame. So I get a Citadel to hand off of Machina Gear Frame, show it off to Kyle so he knows I'm not cheating. Get a quick shuffle going. Probably going to search again, so that might have been a waste of time, but we'll see. And then we're sitting here talking about how to actually hand shuffle, because both of us have been playing a dueling book for so long, we don't know the actual technique to hand shuffle. Using Citadel as fodder to get Machina Fortress on the board. Stare down that Silver Rocket Dragon, and then slap down an Iron Draw to get 2 draws. Hand's looking pretty nice with 2 Solemn Strikes and a Machina Redeployment. Use that Machina Redeployment, pitching the Scrap Recycler to get 2 Machina Monster Searches. I don't know why I picked Megaform and Aerator, maybe because they were right there, but that was kind of a poor choice in retrospect. Could have done a lot better. Oh, I got a lot of trap cards to work with, and I got some damage on the board. Okay, so I get 1 more special summon off Iron Draw. Iron Draw prevents you from special summoning, but 1 more time after you resolve the effect. So I am pitching the Megaform to get my final special summon of the turn. We're getting a Machina Aerator out there in defense mode, which I'll be able to trigger on Kyle's turn. Entering the battle phase here, we're going to swing into Rocket Tracer with Machina Gear Frame, and he's triggering.
I activate Rocket Tracer's quick effect to target himself. Once his effect is activated, he just res himself to summon a different rocket from the deck.
Ooh, should have seen that one coming from a mile away. I played right into it.
Gotta bring myself out a bigger boy.
Something with the badonkadonk.
So I special Magna Rocket.
We redeclare the attack on Magna Rocket Dragon and send us both to the graveyard. Might not have been the best play in the world since he's going to float in the end phase, but you know what? When you got a Machina Citadel sitting in wait in the graveyard, maybe I was actually playing correctly there. So still in the battle phase here. Gonna attack Silver Rocket with Citadel and put 1100 damage on the board. Hitting Shell Rocket with Fortress and stacking his graveyard for him to get some floats in the end phase. But I am going to set my traps and play empty-handed for a minute there.
So in the end phase, my 3 rockets will float. And they just can't special summon themselves. I'll put 1 Tracer down, put a Shell off of Silver, and the 3rd one will be a Magna Rocket off of the Shell. And we'll draw for turn. Activate Dragon Shrine, chain link to Rocket Tracer.
But then I chain Citadel and target Machina Fortress. Gonna blow up what he's working with and hopefully slow him down enough to keep the advantage. We're talking through a ruling here to try to figure out what happens after the fact. So Machina Fortress is going to go to the grave along with all of his monsters. Then Rocket Tracer is going to resolve. And then Dragon Shrine is going to resolve. So there was no negate involved in that play. So all 3 chain links will resolve even though I wiped his board.
So off of Rocket Tracer's effect, I special summon 1 rocket. And Dragon Shrine allows me to send a dragon from the deck to the grave. So I pitch an Outer Dragon and use Outer effect to search for a dragon to add to my hand.
Oh my gosh, so much advantage. So now we're talking about the correct way to do it. So because Kyle is the turn player, he is going to get his search off of Outer first. I'm triggering Megaform in the graveyard to banish the... Oh, sorry, he's the first chain link, so I'm going to get to do my play first, where I banish the Fortress and I special summon the Megaform, and then he's...
And then I add Recharger to hand off of Outer's effect.
Right, so we were talking through that, stacking the effects.
So since I haven't normal summoned yet this turn, I try to normal summon Rocket Synchron. His effect will go off where I can special summon a level 7 or higher dragon from my graveyard. So then I choose to special summon Outer.
And then I chain Solemn Strike on that. Paying cost 1500 life points and negating the summon of Outer. I think technically, looking back on this, it should have been negating the monster effect. However, at the time, that's the way we decided to play it.
I'm over here looking scared because I realize that I have nothing to do to attack over his guys, and I decide to pass on that.
In the end phase, I'm activating Machina Aerator targeting himself to get a special summon from the deck. So I pull out a Fortress, which is a pretty great card for this deck to deal with what he's got on the board right now.
And I realize that I always forget to use my rocket effects in the end phase.
Oh, you didn't pull off any floats that turn, huh?
I did not.
And you could have.
I could have. I had to.
So I go straight to the battle phase and I attack him with Citadel. 0 attack on Rocket Synchron, I believe, so you're taking 3k to the dome. Using Megaform on Metal Rocket Dragon to deal a little bit more damage. And then we're going to be swinging in direct with Machina Fortress. I got Machina Overdrive set, so I can flip that up. I target Machina Fortress, which is going to let me special summon another Machina monster or machine monster from the deck. And then I'm going to be able to destroy the fortress on the board, which will get me another guy to attack with and finish off the last of his life points. So we ended our first episode of Sealed Only Sparring with the 2-0. I do want to say that my deck has the ability to put up a lot of big monsters that your deck kind of has trouble dealing with at this point in the game.
Oh yes, it does.
Getting those floats and dipping more into your extra deck might have made a difference because you didn't make too many link plays.
I did not, and I do believe had I done those 2 floats, it would have at least put a little bit of a buffer on that last turn.
Yeah, at the very least you could have had a little buffer there, maybe gone into a link 4 or something like that, right? Or no, that was a float.
No, because I was in, yeah, that would have been end phase.
Okay, that is the first episode. I'm pretty happy with the way that it went. Looking forward to getting better and learning the plays a little better too. Getting a little more fluid with it.
Likewise.
After we open up some new sealed product and potentially make changes to the deck, we'll be going into episode 2. Boys, we'll catch you there. Thanks for watching this first episode of Sealed Only Sparring.
Bye!
Bye.